Well, hey! It's Monday! What are we up to this week?
Yeah, so for me, I'll be doing grass. No, hang on. Yeah, so for me this week, I'll be doing a bit of Athena stuff. We're going to be working on grass and maybe some wind to try and get the vegetation stuff wiggling a bit in the wind. Other than that, we want to do an update to hexceed on Switch because there's a couple of bugs that are sort of like long-standing stuff, but we want to get those fixed, so we need to get a patch sent off for that. And hopefully some painting.
Yeah, so for me, priority this week is hexceed. The DLC is coming out on Friday. There's a few more levels to get finished up, so I'm getting them done as quickly as I can this week. And as well as that, there's some store page stuff, so I need to be announcing the Patterns DLC for Wooloop and getting some of the store pages sent off and ready, like maybe the new Colouring Pixels DLC and some of the future DLCs for Wooloop as well. And yeah, if that's done towards the end of the week, then we can start on the Patterns DLC for Wooloop as well.
Yeah, and for me, I'm getting to start on the work of, what's it called? The stained glass artwork. I don't know, the stained glass book for Colouring Pixels. Quite fun so far, and I'm also going to do the bonus book for Ramadan. And I think I'm streaming at the end of the week as well. I think it's my turn this week, so that'll be some good fun.
Okay, yeah, so a few things for Project Athena. I think we'll come up with a name. So we picked this name last week, really, but we just threw it on the board to see if we liked it after a while. So we did the same thing with hexceed, and we didn't like the name that we originally chose for hexceed, so that's why we ended up with hexceed. But no, we're going with Skystead Ranch, mainly because a lot of the games that are successful that are in this sort of genre tend to have two words. We wanted the first word to be something made up, something that we could sort of like have a brand as ours. Skystead, it's very warm, homely, and it conveys lots of things about like the Skylands and stuff that we're going to be using. So the idea is that your garden and stuff would be called your Skystead and stuff like that. And then ranch is just to convey that the game is about animals, really. But yeah, we kind of like it, so we're going to go ahead and try and get the name locked down in Steam. This. I see found a bug on Friday, that's why that was so low. But yeah, should be good. And we've also got some music as well for Skystead. So fingers crossed Lee will be playing that in the background right now. Okay, so today I've been mainly working on the grass. You might notice it's a very, very subtle, but the grass now wiggles with the wind. It's super, super subtle, but that's kind of the point. We just kind of want a little bit of movement for the scene, apart from obviously the slime creatures and stuff that we've got in the background there. So yeah, I've made a modification to the shader that we're using, and now optionally we can make things wiggle in the wind. You see this tree's moving a little bit as well, but it's just not as much as the grass and stuff.
Okay, so it's been quite a busy day for me. I actually managed to get 3 images done for Colouring Pixels, starting with this Ramadan image. This will be releasing towards the end of Ramadan, and I wanted to try keep quite a lot of symbolism in this image. So I've included the lantern and the moon, as the crescent moon represents the start and the end of Ramadan, as it starts on a crescent moon and ends with a crescent moon. So I quite like it. But for the rest of the day, I've been working on the, stained glass book for Colouring Pixels, and it's getting along quite nicely. I might do 2 images, starting with actually this one here, which I really like. It's just very patterny. I wanted to start off quite simple, and this was my first image that I did, so I don't want to overcomplicate it in case I did something wrong. But I really like it as a starting image. This is the next one I've been working on. This is essentially, I wanted to draw a tree in, sort of a stained glass art style, I suppose. And it was quite hard to do. Try to create, I don't know what you call this, the canopy, essentially made of glass shards. It was quite hard to do. And as it stands right now, I don't really like it. I think it's because there shouldn't really be shadows in glass, and I think both sides should be symmetrical. So essentially I've just flipped it over here in Photoshop just to see what it would look like, and it does look a lot better. Obviously it does need a lot more tweaking, so down here there's some missing pixels, and I may just essentially outline the whole tree trunk rather than just this bit here. So I'm going to make a few more tweaks, and then I'll be happy with this image.
See, the priority for me is getting hexceed levels done. I'm in a bit of a weird place at the moment with that moving house, personally, so today I've had to run away and get some stuff done with the plumber and stuff for the new flat, which means I've lost a bit of time on the work, which is quite a shame because I need to get all this done for the end of the week.
And yeah, as well as that, I've sort of been hampered by a false positive with the validator. So this level here, which is renamed broken, you see in the top right, the validator can do it. When in matter of fact, after speaking with what we call the hexperts in Discord and getting their opinion, we don't believe it is actually doable. So on this section here with the switching tile, I'll quickly jump over. So yeah, it's over here. I was asking the hexperts here to this section here, switches over to the 3, and what the validator does is it's triggering the rest of these tiles as safe, as if this one has a bomb here, when in reality the bomb could be this big tile as well. So I think the mixture of the switching tile plus the big tile is throwing it off. So yeah, I've marked that as a broken level, which means when Rob does the auto tester for every level, this will get skipped because it's got the underscore broken, but it's also still there in the files for Rob to use as an example when he needs to sort of debug that and see what's going wrong.
Okay, so I actually managed to finish off the moon image. It's just after lunch, so I made the progress that I wanted to. I'm actually quite happy with it. There may be a few tweaks that I make to it. I can't decide whether or not it looks too messy. I'm not entirely sure about this bit up here, which I'll quickly mark. I'm not sure about this curve. It looks a bit weird on the moon, but I'm not entirely sure if it's just because I've been looking at it too long. Rob and Lee seem to quite like it, so I think I may just leave it as it is for now, and if I make the decision that I want to change it in the future, I will. But what I'm doing now, essentially I'm working on the partner image for this one, which will be a sunlight image. So I wanted 2 images, like I said, to essentially act as like the opposite of each other. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going over this same image. As you can see, they essentially match up perfectly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this next one completely different. Essentially what it'll share is, it'll share the shape and it'll share where the sun is, or the moon. So hopefully when it's all done, it'll look fairly similar. So I actually finished off the other version of the moon image being represented by the sun and a bright sky. I really like it. It looks very similar to the moon one, which I made a few tweaks to. I actually made the moon the exact same as the sun on the other image, and I thought it looked a bit better, so I kept it the same, and I think it makes them look a bit more like a partnership now. I'm quite happy, but at the minute I'm working on probably which is going to be the biggest image in this pack, and I really like the idea. I don't know where I came up with it from, but I really like it. So essentially I'm going to draw an astronaut in space, represented just by essentially a headshot, but essentially his visor will be the depiction of what he's looking at, but it will all be represented in stained glass artwork. So if you can picture his visor essentially as all the stained glass, I think that'll look pretty good. This morning I've actually been working on a really fun image, so I'm actually doing a sword. But the plan is that the inside of the sword will all be stained glass. I'm trying to think of some creative ways to try to implement stained glass rather than it just being essentially just a window, because I don't want the pack to get too boring. So essentially there'll be a sort of rim like this, if I quickly just sketch it in here. And this will act as the border, and essentially everything on the inside will be like multicolored stained glass. I'm not sure if I'm going to go for multicolored or I'm going to go for a set color palette. I might just do a series of reds to make it look quite evil. It has got a skull down here, so I'm not entirely sure. Right now I'm trying to work out the hilt.
Okay, so just a little update on what I was doing on Athena yesterday. I was adding wind, so you see these little white lines that are passing by? Yeah, just a little particle effect that I spent some time adding yesterday, just to give the world a bit more movement. Looks quite nice.
So a couple of extra tasks to do today, other than just hexceed. So the first one being the vlog. Been putting that off just so we can focus hexceed first. But this vlog is done now. It's been exported, ready for Rob to watch and give me feedback on for uploading that tomorrow for the Patreons. But yeah, other than that, there's also the Ramadan image in the bonus book that Jack's been working on. Just giving that a quick QA test. There's a couple of small changes to make, but nothing minor. It's all, nothing major. It's all very good. It's good to go now. So we're going to get that uploaded as well, ready for Rob to put that in a build tomorrow, or not tomorrow. I believe that'll be on Friday, because it'll be going live at the end of Ramadan or the beginning of the Eid for our Muslim community. With me not working tomorrow, I'm going ahead and getting everything scheduled in advance. So we've got the DLC announcement, which gets scheduled anyway because that goes out at 8 PM. We've got the little GIF there as well, just sort of simple but effectively showing off the new mechanic. Hopefully shows that it's both clockwise and anti-clockwise. A bit of a description without giving too much away, so the players still got to play the game and yeah, find out what's going on. As well as that, we have the Corn Pickles update tomorrow as well, with the new image celebrating Ramadan. So I've made little sort of heartfelt messages there, and yeah, that's all ready to go as well. Rob will need to make this live when he makes the build live, but the bulk of the work is done. So yeah, that's good. What I'm going to be doing now though is, because there's still some stuff left to do for it over here on the Switch, there's some more QA testing to be done on this, so it's mainly checking the changes that we've made, and yeah, checking that that's good to go.
Okay, so I just got done setting up the stream for tomorrow's stream, where I'll be doing some artwork for the next Coin Pixels DLC, which will be stained glass. I just managed to finish off this lighthouse one, so it's a good opportunity to show it. But yeah, as you can see, OBS can record the screen now, so I should be able to draw no problem. There's a little bit of delay, but not too much, so it shouldn't really throw anything off. As you can see, I can draw. There we go. I was trying to write high, but I've messed it up somehow. There we go. I said the webcam isn't set up yet, but it will be tomorrow, so Luna's going to take the place for now.
Okay, so it's been a bit of a mess of a day today for me. I've just been all over the place. We've been listening to the new batch of Athena music that we've got. So this is the more expensive orchestral track that we're going to use for the trailer and maybe like menu screen and stuff like that. It sounds really, really good. We did have a couple of issues, and we're sort of like asking for revisions on that. But it generally is quite good. Hopefully Lee's playing it. But than that, it's been an awful lot of hexceed. So we've got the hexceed DLC dropping tomorrow, and there's still a little bit of QA left to do. So these levels with hearts on, these are the ones that I've found which have had issues on. They need retesting again before we launch tomorrow. And also there's just a couple more that I haven't actually tested towards the end. It's sort of like these little bunch here. But I'm going to be doing that and sorting that. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to be trying to sort out some Athena build stuff. So I'm just about to start on this now, but we've got Skystead Ranch, which is the name of the game, on Steam now, and we've managed to claim that, and I just need to get a build working, really. Yeah, okay, so this morning I've just been working on trying to, doing Lee's tasks that he usually does because he's got the day off. So the current Pixel build has gone live with the Ramadan image. The YouTube video is live. I think that's everything. There's just the remaining hexceed changes that need to happen for tonight's build, because the DLC comes out later tonight. And yeah, there's just a couple of issues that I've just gone ahead and fixed. Now I'm going to do a build and do a quick pass of the auto test all.
Hey everyone, sorry that I haven't recorded sooner. It's been quite a busy day and we're already approaching another day. But this morning I actually finished off the Bumblebee image. I'm really happy with it, and the green really added a lot to the image. I don't think I'm going to make any more tweaks. I did some before I started streaming, so I think it's okay now. I'm still a little worried that this space around the bee, this cream area, is a bit too plain, but I think it looks okay, so I might just leave it. But during the stream today, it was actually really fun. We actually created this image during the stream today, and it was really fun to do because it was quite nice interacting. But we ended up having a nice image, and I got a lot of feedback from people in the chat giving me ideas on colour palettes and things like that, and it came out really nicely. So when I started the stream, this is how the image looked, and then we jumped to doing the base colour, and then we added in the highlights.
Athena stuff. So two things. I did a bit of work on the main menu. So I basically started making like a cutscene for when you first launched the game, just to sort of like time it with the music and make something like really dramatic. But yeah, have a watch. There's no audio. I didn't do the audio. I'll do it again. And yeah, just imagine that like the main menu will be loading when that happens, and then you just sort of like leave it with this screen. But yeah, imagine that this would all be like fully grown. This is the current state when the game launches, like when you're actually playing the game. So this is not terraformed at all, but for the main menu we kind of want to have a state of the game which has already been played a fair bit. So we want like a lot of colourful creatures and a lot of grass and stuff like that, just to make it like inspiring almost. And then the other thing, and yeah, another thing I worked on, so I managed to actually finish off this second Sky Island. So we managed to get all of the items done and all of the floor prepped and stuff, which is really, really good. It's looking really good now. A lot of these spawn points as well. That's good. And then the third thing I want to show off.
Okay, and the last thing I was working on, as promised at the start of the week, grass. So we've got this little bag of grass seeds, I guess. And the actual right-click UI isn't working at the moment, but when you click, grass grows. Look how cool that is. It seems to be quite efficient. There are a couple of bugs with the seams going on here, but I think I know what the problem is there, so that should be an easy fix. And yeah, areas that you just keep clicking and more grass will grow.
Jack, it's the weekend!
It's the weekend. Well done. But yeah, it's been quite a packed week for us this week. Quite fun. But yeah, keep an eye out, because by the time this video comes out, Wooloop, the next DLC for Wooloop, which is Patterns, will be releasing tonight, so keep an eye out for that. And also by the time it might be out now, the Stained Glass store page should be out on Steam, so you can have a little sneak peek at all the images that I've been working on. If you've tuned in for the stream today, you should have already spotted a few. But yeah, but so I just want to say thank you for all our supporters, our Patreons, people in Discord. I'm going to get it right this time, I swear.
You remembered the Patreon, so you're doing good.
I'm doing good. Yeah, but yeah, thank you all the people who joined in the stream today as well. It really made my work. It really made my day, because it was quite fun drawing alongside some people. So thank you to all.